Hello all, my name is Krishnak and welcome to my YouTube channel. So guys, today in this particular video, we are going to see some of the best databases that are being used by professional developers and companies. And this particular data that we are going to analyze is from the Stack Overflow Developer Survey 2020. And this particular information will basically give us like which is the common databases that is being used extensively in 2020 itself. So let's go ahead and try to explore it. Again, the link of this particular site will be given in the description of this particular video. So to go with guys, there is a small description with respect to databases. When looking at the database technologies, the results are mostly consistent with what we have observed last year. Okay, so MySQL has maintained the top spot. Again, it is followed by PostgreSQL and then Microsoft SQL Server. So this is basically the ranking of the databases, guys. And I probably think you've worked with MySQL, you've worked with Microsoft SQL Server. If you're a .NET developer, guys, probably you have worked with Microsoft SQL Server itself. You work with Sqlite if you're a data science, and I think the first tutorial that you'll be learning with respect to any databases is Sqlite, because now Python 3 is integrated with Sqlite. You can directly import Sqlite and you can actually use it. And Sqlite also has a client side, which is just like an exe file which you can download and see the data. So I have extensively used. I'll tell you which all databases I've actually used. When I started my career, I was working a bit amount of time in PHP and all. At that time, I used to use MySQL. I've not worked in PostgreSQL, but if you don't know about PostgreSQL, guys, it is also a free and open source relational database management system. Okay, and it usually follows the SQL compliance. Okay, so probably you can explore this, but I still did not get a chance for that. Microsoft SQL Server, I've worked a lot because I was a .NET developer. I told you around 2 years of time. I've worked extensively with this SQL Server. It is a product of Microsoft itself. Then Sqlite, as I told you, if you're a data scientist, if you're trying to make a transition towards data science, if you're learning machine learning and all, probably some or the other way you'll be seeing this Sqlite DB itself. So if you want to know more about Sqlite, guys, it is a relational database management system contained in a C library. Now, since this is contained in a C library, it is very, very fast. And where this kind of database is actually getting used in mobile phones, you'll be seeing in many mobile phones, you'll be finding this kind of database itself, right? So going to the next, MongoDB. MongoDB, obviously, I have been working extensively from past 1 year in MongoDB. It is basically a NoSQL database. It is a NoSQL database, and it usually stores the data in the form of JSON-like documents, okay? And probably I've also started a tutorial on MongoDB. You can check the tutorial on MongoDB in my YouTube channel itself. Again, a very, very popular DB, guys, because this actually helps you to store a semi-structured data in a much more efficient way. Okay, so nowadays companies are working with IoT, different IoT devices, and data usually comes in streams in the JSON format, in multi-nested JSON format. So it usually is very, very helpful when you're storing data with the help of MongoDB. Okay, so storing, retrieving, deleting, many more things you can actually do. And if you don't know about MongoDB also, guys, you can also work with spatial data, that is related to geographical location. Pretty much amazing. And I have been extensively working from past 1 year in MongoDB because of various projects that I'm actually working on. Redis is also being used, guys. I think Redis I've heard in the form of cache storage, something like that, but I really don't have much more idea about it. Oracle, I've seen Oracle DB. I've seen my friends working on that. Firebase DB is basically the database from Google itself. And if you see some of the devices like Google Home, right? All the data that needs to get stored, and most of the Google applications can store the data in the Firebase. And again, Firebase is an efficient database itself, and it will definitely be rising as we go ahead in time. So the rank will definitely be rising, but it is a product of Google itself. Elasticsearch is also one common database system, but I have not extensively used this. I've never used it, but one or the other day, let me see if I get a chance, I'll definitely create a video on that too. DynamoDB is also one database which is a product of Amazon itself. It is also just kind of a NoSQL database, and it is offered by Amazon.com. Okay, so you'll be seeing many companies uses Amazon Web Services portfolio, where they use Amazon Cloud Server, Web Services, and many more things. At that time, they will also try to use this DynamoDB databases. So they will be using this all kind of things. So coming to the next database, Cassandra. IBM DB2 and Couchbase I have not used, guys. But if I search for Cassandra, Cassandra is also, I think, NoSQL database, I guess. Let's see. Yes, it is a NoSQL database management system designed to handle large amount of data across commodity servers, providing high availability with no single point of failure. So I have not worked onto this, but I think this is a part of big data, I guess, since we are talking of handling a large amount of data, but I don't have any practical experience with respect to Cassandra. So in short, guys, these were the popular databases. I think you will be working in MySQL, Microsoft SQL Server, MongoDB, and Sqlite. Make sure that at least you work in MongoDB, because again, there is a lot of scope of MongoDB as we go ahead. So yes, this was all about the popular databases. Now you can see one is all respondents, one is professional developers. Both are same, the ranking wise. So definitely I would suggest that try focusing on, at least if you are a big fan of AWS services and Amazon services, just try to work with MongoDB. You have to work with DynamoDB, and MongoDB and DynamoDB will be sufficient. But take one relational databases like MySQL or Sqlite. Sqlite has just a maximum limit of 2 GB, I guess. One database can be created at a maximum size of 2 GB. But you can experiment with all the other databases itself. So yes, this was all about this particular video. I hope you like it. Please do subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. I'll see you all in the next video. Have a great day. Thank you, one and all. Bye-bye.